All right, we made it to the point in the build that we put these clevers on, and they just kind of go in one direction and then you turn it the other as you slide it in. Adjust these so that it's perfectly straight going with your wing after you've had the servos turned on. So let's go back a step. We hooked up our flight receiver and our ESC, and we got everything tucked away in there nice and tight. And the reason why we had to do that is because you have to turn on your battery. So Gregory, go ahead, turn it on. And go ahead, show them, let them. After this completely powers up, okay, go ahead, that's good. After it completely powers up, then you're gonna plug this in, and if you have it correct, it's gonna beep 3 times because we're using a 3-cell. And nothing else will move. Okay, so at that point, all the servos are gonna go to a neutral. No, stop. That's really bad. Don't ever let anyone do that because that just messed up the servos. Right now that's okay because I already have them hooked up, but for demonstration purposes, that was really bad. You're gonna turn that on, plug this in, make sure you have no kids around, even if you got kids flying, because as you see what happens, and this is a real quick process to run up the bill when you make mistakes. So pay attention. That was my mistake to even have my son right here. I should have backed him up because once we get to this part, you want to let those set and get nice and flush wherever they're going to go. And then you're going to unplug the battery. And go ahead and turn that off. And now those are going to be, let me see if I can get close. Now those are going to be in a neutral position. And then when they're in a neutral position, you're going to want to adjust these and hook it up so that it's perfectly flush with your airplane. All right, so that step, I also mounted everything in the center and pushed it as far back as possible to get it to the center of gravity, because the center of gravity was like right around here, even though it says it's like here to here in the manual, it's not. I put it more over the wing to get all my weight there so it's not so nose heavy with the battery in. As well as I put a little styrofoam in the front right here so the battery can't push in any further. It's perfect for the canopy and it's gonna be in its absolutely good spot. So after you hook up the ailerons on both sides, you're gonna repeat that process with your elevator and your rudder. Now with your tail wing, let this sit overnight. Let it sit overnight, don't touch it, because this right here is very important that we don't make it go sideways or anything and set the wrong way, because then your plane won't fly right. So now that we got it to this point, you can get your kids who love to touch buttons and now get them to turn it back on, and make sure that we're always in low throttle and you got engine kill. Yep. Now to get it to this point, you're gonna have to turn this on, plug this in.
I think you got it the wrong way.
You're gonna plug it in and let it go through its beep, but your first time plugging it in, it will not do that, okay? So your first time plugging it in, you're gonna have to hold this button down till it flashes. Once that flashes, you're gonna come over here and you're gonna hit the bind button, okay? But if you do that, make sure you follow the instructions, because this has to be off, then on. But what I did is I went into the menu and I did the binding through the menu. You can see that in your book. That's what we did, follow your book. All right, so then the next thing is, once we got it hooked up, we had some problems. We would go left, nothing. Nothing was working. Nothing was working. So what it was is I had these hooked up the wrong way. I had them all facing this way. They needed to all be facing that way. And then once I did that, it was working. And then I came in here to my channel set and I made sure I had a kill switch, so I have no kill. So kill's on, because you don't want that to happen, as well as the other safety is leave the blade off till the last thing. So now we're gonna check and make sure we're going the right way. And if we're not going the right way, adjust it. So go left turn and hold it. So left turn if that was left turn, this wing would be pushing down and this wing is gonna be pushing up. So that's a left turn. So go right turn. So it's going the correct way. Those are good. Let's go down rudder or down elevator.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, that's up elevator. I need down elevator. That's the other thing. This is good. I got my son here and he's making all these mistakes because that's what he does out at the airfield. I'll tell him down elevator and he'll go up, okay? Pay attention when you're trying to help someone because in their mind, going up is up and that's not how it's gonna work unless you wanna set it that way. So when you go down elevator, this right here would cause the airplane to go down because see how that's going down? And that would cause it to go up. So we need to reverse those. Go ahead, reverse that.
How do I reverse it though?
You have to go into your servo settings.
Oh, okay.
Here, I'll do it.
Servo setup like that? In there?
Yeah, you go in here to servo setup, and then you're gonna go down to travel, and move it over, and now you're gonna hit click, and now move this down until we get to elevator, and we need to reverse elevator, and then let's back out. So it's that simple. So now, there you go, set correct. All right, go ahead and turn off the camera, and then all right, so when it comes to the DX6e, we're gonna do another video on that to give you a little bit more of that, but right now it's binded in basic mode, and the reason why is because this has to be updated with its new airware or firmware on the website, and you're gonna need an SD card, which we do have the SD card to put in and get it done. But right now, we're on the landing gear. Let's do some landing gear.
Do we need the top on or no?
Let's see.
That one goes on this one.
Goes on that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead, watch out on the camera. And you're gonna open these up right here, just like that. Try not to break it. And then this goes in like this. And then you slide it down. Yeah, watch out, baby, so the camera doesn't just see your back. Come over on this side.
Yeah. That's all.
Yeah, there you go. I had to push it down a little bit, just didn't want to break it. And then you're gonna take this, and this should just come right over, but it looks like it pushed down. Okay, so that just comes right over and snaps right back over it. So there you go, the landing gear's on. There you go, the landing gear's on. And at this point, now we're ready to start testing the steer. You're gonna need a real small Allen wrench, and let's get on the ground and see how it rolls straight or not. Sometimes you just get lucky. That's a really straight roll. I don't think we need to adjust it, but let's say that was off. What you would do if what you would do is if this wasn't straight, if that was off, you got to come in here and loosen the servo and get that straight, tighten that back down, the servo, and make sure it rolls straight. So it's good. Now we're on to the next part. Now we got to get the flight stabilization to work, and to do that, we got to get this updated. So the next step is we're going to update this. Now, the best practice is, again, you see, you got to watch your kids on this. It's a very, very expensive, and how you ruin this computer is you turn it on and then put this in. So that's why I stopped my son there, because I wanted this off, and then you put this in. That's the safest, best practice. They don't always understand that, so have patience with your kids.
Need help? Okay. Flip it. Yep.
Okay, so it locks in. Now we can turn it on. This is unplugged, okay? Because we're going to be going into the system settings, because we're going to download the serial number so that we can upload it to the computer when it comes time. All right, so now you can see right here we're in system settings, and we're going to go system settings, and then you're going to scroll all the way down to the next. You're going to hit next, and you're going to do that one more time. And now we're down here. That's your latest version, 1.23, and that's your serial number. So I'm gonna export my serial number to the SD card. So that's what we just did, all that big long number. You can type it in manually or you can export it to the card like we just did. But here, I'll do it again. You just go right down to export, click export, and bam, it's exported it and it's named the file that. And now all you gotta do is hit back, hit back, hit back, hit back. Now you're back to your home screen. Now let's shut it down and we're gonna be up on the computer and we're gonna be creating an account, registering this, and then downloading the brand new software, and then we are gonna move on to our next step. So let's go. All right, so let me get in good camera view. When you've exported it correct, it'll now have a new number, which is the one we just updated, which is the 2.08 version. You can shut it off. All right, we've updated the DX6e, which I showed you guys how, and we are now to the part of this of getting the prop on and flipping it upside down. And okay, put that on. And take it till it sits in its spot. There you go. And now we just screw this on. Want to get the stickers?
Yeah. Where are the stickers?
Right there. Oh, there you go on that. So, what do you say you turn that on and let's test everything. And right now it's only set up in basic mode. We haven't got to the AS3X. Go ahead and turn that on. And I'm gonna plug this in and let's just make sure the safety's on.
Safety's on, no worry.
Hammer the canopy.
Yeah. Right there.
DMP, huh? Give it left. Wait.
There we go.
All right, left, right, up, down, right yaw, left yaw. Good job. All right, give me a little gas, just a little. Good job. All right, so I think now we're on to the part of let's put some missiles on.
I like this group though.
These just slide right on. Do the other one.
Yeah.
And when you